that this is the point where you need politics to not flirt with extremism. But you've already seen the Akalis, for instance, making much of the fact that they're going to provide legal assistance to those who've been arrested. And I just want to say that I was talking to a very well-known professor here, and he made the point that the moderate space in Punjab politics has been diminishing, and that's part of the problem. And that is why extremist nobodies like Amritpal Singh are able to fill that vacuum, as it were. Now, I just want to bring in General Katoch, and then I want to play out. I take Tavleen's point that Amritpal, there's no support, and I agree. I've been here for a week. I've not met anybody who's really stood up in favor of him. Many people didn't even know who he was till some days ago, General Katoch. But the fact is that the kind of comments he's made, his trivial use of the, very casual use of the word genocide, his sort of outrageously maybe rhetorical, but outrageously anti-India comments, his use, as it were, of a private militia name for himself and his aides, the Anandpur Khalsa Fauj, AKF, and those pictures you're seeing are of his wife Kirandeep Kaur, who's now being investigated for links to the Babar Khalsa. Is all of this to be completely ignored? Is all of this to be completely ignored? That this man comes in from Dubai, he goes to Georgia, then he arrives here, and he models himself on Bhindranwale. He down to how he wears his turban, down to how he wears his kurta. Maybe he isn't gaining traction, but does that make him any less worrying from a national security point of view? General Katoch.
Barkha, I think, as an individual, this man, as I have stated earlier, is irrelevant. He's a nobody. He's a two-bit player. But the problem is he's being supported by some particular organization, and that organization remains a worry, because that organization, and regardless of the fact whether the fellow panelists agree with me or not, I know it for a fact. I'm not going to talk about how I know it. They are being supported by various agencies, right? And some of those agencies are based in the West. And of course, Pakistan is always the handyman, the one to do it. Now, as far as this chap, I'm forgetting his name once again, Amritpal is concerned, as far as Amritpal is concerned, no, we don't need to talk to him, but he needs to be interrogated. There are two different issues. He needs to be apprehended, he needs to be interrogated, and we need to find out who are the fellows who are behind him. And then we have to go after those people. In your earlier program, I had also made a statement. We need to go after the financial links. Where is the money coming from? We've spoken of the farmers' agitation. Where did 10 to 20 crore rupees for every day for about a year come from? For the agitation against the CAA, where do those crores of rupees every day come from? Right? Now, it's very easy to say, we talk of, Hindu nationalism. Now, Mr. Komaredi will never talk of Christian nationalism. There's a white Christian government in the United States and Britain. That is not white Christian nationalism. No. Hindu nationalism. Where did this term come from? Where has been the discrimination against any community in India? You look at the track of the last 8 to 10 years, look at the financial benefits which people have received. There is nothing. Everybody gets the same amount. Now, it is very easy for people to whip up sentiments because India is doing well. And there are people like, based abroad who don't like that idea. They've got that set of exclusive thing that, okay, I am here. I'm well settled in Britain. I am the educated chap. I am the voice. I'm an author. I know everything. And you buggers, you remain where you are as serfs of the Brits. Now, as I told you last time, those days are over. India is an equal opportunity country for all religions, all races, all ethnicities. And it is being practiced now. Earlier, there were certain specific privileges given to certain youths. The Congress philosophy, and I'm going to make it very clear, to win the elections was divide the Hindu vote and get the Muslim vote. Now, please ask any Muslim in India. They will tell you the same thing. It was Mr. Antule, when he was the chief minister, and I'm going to make this as a public statement, when he was the chief minister, who used to openly encourage riots between the Hindus and the Muslims. And these are recorded evidences. Now, why did he do that? It was simply to divide the Hindu vote and to get the Muslim vote, to put the fear of Muslims. And this is what Mr. Komaredi is doing. Once again, and so is Tavleen. Okay. You put the fear of God into the Muslims. Listen, something's going to happen to you, you'll be killed. Come on, it's a different country. Nobody's hurting you.
Okay.
Who has been, you see,
let me
support the terrorism.
Let me allow them to respond. Let me allow them to respond.
Yeah. Let me allow him to leave. Okay. To leave. So, but I want to make a point. I want to
Okay.
make 2 points. One
Yeah.
is, do you know how much money there is in the gurdwaras? Do you know where all the money that comes to finance politics in Punjab comes from? The gurdwaras are very rich. The Akali Dal has used that money for a long time. And when you get this kind of Panthic leader emerge, the gurdwaras become the source of money. Secondly, General Saab, if you were Muslim in the past 8 years in India, you would be a terrified creature. I don't know a single Muslim in India who isn't terrified. Let me tell you, they're killed if they eat meat. I mean, half their businesses have been closed down. They have been targeted. So please let's not pretend that this sweet, great country of ours does not have these problems. We do. And I want
Okay.
to make the point that this Amrit Pal Singh actually said, he said, if you can discuss Hindu Rashtra, you can discuss Khalistan. So what you've led to, because of this very majoritarian atmosphere, is the creation of all this. We need to be
Okay.
careful because the next one's going to be Muslim. Okay, Barkha, I have to go.
Okay. We let General Katoch respond, then Kapil, then Ambassador Malhotra. Thank you, Tavleen. I wish you could stay for longer. I'm sure General Katoch wants to respond to you, but I'll let him respond immediately. Go ahead, General Katoch, briefly. Kapil's waiting to respond to what you raised.
I'll be very
General
happy if Tavleen actually gives out all her, the statements which she's made. Please prove it. I'll support her. Please prove her statements. And then, she won't be able to prove it. I have met millions of Muslims. Don't talk about one. None of them are afraid. I don't know which Muslim she's meeting. She's meeting the Muslims in Pakistan, possibly. They are the ones who are afraid, not the Indian Muslims.
Okay.